This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Police intercept vehicle with barrels stolen from motorists at wharf. The police yesterday afternoon intercepted a minivan with 4 barrels that were stolen from a motorist minutes earlier at the wharf in Newport, Kingston. It is reported that about 4 p.m., unloading the barrels into the gray Toyota Light Ace minivan, an unidentified man jumped into the vehicle and drove it away. Another motor vehicle sped off behind the stolen van. An alarm was raised and the police alerted. The police, using the Jamaica Eye closed-circuit video surveillance system, spotted the stolen vehicle heading towards Spanish Town. Policemen attached to the St. Catherine South Police later intercepted the stolen van in the vicinity of Central Village and arrested the driver. The contents of the barrels have not been ascertained. Bear killed in gun attack. A courier service business operator is calling on the police to thoroughly investigate the murder of her best worker, 28-year-old Jamaica Mullins, who was gunned down while driving a motorcycle in St. Andrew yesterday. At about 11 a.m. yesterday, Mullins was shot at the intersection of Shorton Drive and Malines Road, reportedly by men traveling in a gray Toyota Mark X. "I'm a best worker. He is a good worker. We just started the business about 5 months ago, and he has been working with us for nearly 2 months. The man love him pitney them and him choose for work," the employer told the news at the scene. Mullins lived in the nearby Jacksontown community, and a cousin who resides in Queensboro said that she heard the explosions but did not think it could have been him. "He is not a wrongdoer. This is a shock to me. He has 2 daughters and 1 son, aged 1, 3, and 5. One thing I know, he loves his kids," she said. Mullins' mother and the mother of his children, who were too distraught to speak, were being consoled by relatives and friends while detectives combed the area for evidence. Mullins was killed about 200 meters from Akiwok, where 2 men were shot, one fatally, about 4 p.m. last Saturday. The St. Andrew North Police are investigating the incidents. Police seize AK-47 rifle in St. Elizabeth. The police on Thursday seized an AK-47 rifle along with an empty magazine during an operation at Newton District near Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth. The police said that officers conducted an operation in the district about 3:15 p.m., during which the weapon was seized. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure, the police reported. Mom nervous but hopes a missing son will return. An adoptive mother, Merle Cohen Green, is clinging to her faith as the law enforcers intensify their probe into the disappearance of her 21-year-old son, Javier Green, from Exchange District in Ocho Rios. When she last saw him Monday, he was wearing a white t-shirt and mustard-colored shorts. A taxi operator reported seeing Green with a woman the following day. He claimed that he dropped both of them at the Green's residence, adding that the young man immediately went back into his taxi and was left at a gas station in Ocho Rios. Cohen Green said she does not know the woman he was hanging out with. The taxi operator, meanwhile, has given a statement to the police, who reportedly took a man into custody for questioning. The man in custody was among a group of 4 males who allegedly had a dispute with Green. There have been allegations that a few days before Green went missing, the 4 men went to a business place operated by Cohen Green and complained that Green owed them money and that they were having difficulty locating him. Green, however, denied the claim. The police and the private security personnel were called in and they removed the 4 men from the business place, the news has been informed. In the meantime, Green's adoptive mother indicated that a feeling of trepidation has been growing with each passing day, that she is unable to ascertain the whereabouts of the youngster she has been raising since he was 6 weeks old. She said it's out of his character to not contact her for more than a week and to not make his presence felt on his social media pages. Calls to his cell phone have been going to voicemail. "No matter where he is, he usually calls and asks me if I am all right. He may not tell me where he is going, but he always checks in on me," Cohen Green said. "Me I try not to think the worst, but it is like I am getting nervous now." The Jamaica Constabulary Force said Green is of brown complexion and slim build. adding that he sports a low-cut hairstyle. Anyone knowing his whereabouts can call the Ocherios police station at 876-974-2533, police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Administrative assistant shot at Excelsior Community College. A female employee at Excelsior Community College in St. Andrew was shot at the school on Thursday afternoon. The news understands that a gunman entered the Student Affairs office sometime after 3 p.m., shooting the administrative assistant several times. The shooter escaped in a waiting vehicle. The woman is being treated at hospital. She is said to be in a serious but stable condition. MP says NHD should not build Phase 2 of Ruth Vent Towers if prices will be similar to first phase. Member of Parliament for St. Andrew South East Julian Robinson says the National Housing Trust should not proceed with Phase 2 of the Ruth Vent Towers development if it plans to price the future units similar to those in Phase 1. The first tower in the development was completed recently, and 1- and 2-bedroom units are now on sale starting from $27.7 million up to $37.7 million. The NHD has stated that it plans to build 3 more towers in Phase 2, as well as amenities such as swimming pool, tennis court, and meeting rooms by 2024. But Mr. Robinson said the NHD must give details of how the future units will be priced before starting construction. The development is located within Mr. Robinson's constituency. However, the MP has maintained that the NHD should not be using its resources to build homes at the high end of the market. The focus of NHD primarily should be providing affordable solutions for teachers, nurses, policemen, call center workers, civil servants who do not have the choice to finding affordable housing in Jamaica, he asserted.
I think at this stage we would need to know what is the projected price point at which the Phase 2 is going to be built. I think if it is along the same lines as Phase 1, then I would say no. But I don't know what the projected price, whether Phase 2 is really a replica of Phase 1 or whether there is something different. So I think it would be important to get the information on what is planned in Phase 2 before I could say definitively what NHT should do. The focus of NHT primarily should be providing affordable solutions for teachers, nurses, policemen, call center workers, civil servants who do not have the choice of finding affordable housing in Jamaica.
Proposal for paternity test at birth riddled with issues. There have been negative reactions from the academic community to a proposal by Member of Parliament for St. James's Central, Leroy Clark, for paternity tests to be done at birth. Social anthropologist Dr. Herbert Gale believes the proposal in its current form is riddled with problems and could lead to even more violence against the women. In his contribution to the State of Constituency debate in Parliament on Tuesday, Mr. Clark made the proposal as a means of addressing the problem of domestic violence, particularly against women. But Dr. Gale argues that this is an expensive venture which will not solve the issue.
If you're going to mandate DNA at birth, somebody has to pay for it. And I've sat with government, not in Jamaica this time, and I said to them, how much money is that? And they told me. And I said to them, if you were to hand that to poor mothers, would you not have a more stable society than if you chase your patriarchal frontier? When people are in poverty, they sit down and they make a decision, not based on morals, but based on rationale. How do I make sure this child survives? And therefore, if you want to solve paternity fraud, you have to solve poverty. No country at all with high levels of income have these problems. It's an indicator of poverty. So why skirt around solving poverty and attack women? There are 2 sets of stuff to legislate that are of grave concern. One, so people don't do DNA because they can't afford it. If you are going to legislate, and I'm just talking about Jamaica, but other countries that have consulted me on the issue, if you legislate, you are going to have a provision for DNA. If you do that, you are going to actually create more mayhem, because if you are saying to somebody that, hey, look, here's a situation, we're going to solve it by a switch, by having legislation, and you already make the assumption that people are going to act violently when they discover that a child is a jacket. Then when you do so on a widespread, on a larger scale, then it is easy to imply, it is logical that you'll be increasing violence against women.
Some staff at St. Mary Municipal Corporation skip in-person meeting following vaccine mandates. There was a high level of physical absenteeism among staff members of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation for Thursday's monthly meeting following the vaccine mandate, which took effect almost 2 weeks ago. The mandate announced during last month's meeting of the corporation stated that a proof of vaccination would be required before entry to the building. The mandate was implemented on November 1 and extends to visitors. Several staff members opted to join Thursday's meeting virtually. Richard Creary, chairman of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, expressed disappointment at the low physical turnout.
I take this to mean that a number of our staff members and our senior staff members are not vaccinated. And I know Ms. Douglas is doing a survey of staff that the ministry has requested in terms of the numbers of staff that are vaccinated to assist the government in planning the way forward. I still can't understand what, some of us are waiting on. So I would hope as time goes by, we will see more and more persons taking the vaccine and being able to attend our meetings face to face. I want to say one thing to those staff members who have joined virtually, that I hope no one thinks this is a free pass not to attend meetings. So the various staff members who have joined virtually, when we call upon you for information, please be available, and I don't mean available to the point where we'll have to wait until somebody tell you, oh, it's your time, and you join, right? Because a lot of the times we see persons' names up there, but when we try to reach out, the person is only present in name.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.